Hi, fam. We're in a new location. Oh, it's wild. It's been a few days since I've recorded or done anything in relation to what I don't want to say what I'm building because, like, it's just me. Like, this YouTube channel, this Patreon, this everything is just, it's me. It's all of me. It's all multi-dimensional, multifaceted versions of me. And so much has happened since I last recorded, which is just wild. But I'm currently in LA for those that might be following along my journey. If you've been following along, thank you. I left Oceanside on Sunday and it was quite the just like whirlwind. I felt so many emotions and over the last few days I've really been taking a lot of space and time to think about the last 3 years, fam. It's been 3 years that I've been nomadic. I don't know where the time has gone. Today is officially 3 years as I record this. It's February 4th of 2026. And I can't tell you how much I've changed, how much my world has changed, how much I've learned, how much I've grown, how much more resilience I have now, how much more wisdom I've gained. I think that's the beauty of this journey is it never ends, but it continues to teach me more about myself every day. In fact, this morning I woke up and I was like, man, it's been 3 years since I left my apartment in Colorado and just like packed up my bags and started my nomad journey. And to think like back to that time, I was so excited, yet so scared, yet I had no idea what I was getting into. I was paving a path that really I didn't really know anyone that had been on this path, if you will. And as I laid here this morning at my Airbnb, it was a little noisy, and I said, I cannot wait to have a space of my own again. And I think, in talking to a few of my friends who are now nomads, shout out Shy and Jesse and whoever else, we've all been nomadic for quite a bit now. And we've all, I feel like, oh, I should just speak for myself. But this journey was about finding home within and not needing it to be a physical place, but know that that physical place will show up when you've come home to yourself in your physical vessel, when you've found stability within. And I was talking to Cheyenne last night. We were talking about like how beautiful is it to just have the mundane, right? And like I feel like this journey makes you appreciate the mundane a little bit more. And I've never been one for the mundane. I did the mundane for a long time. It's not really my thing, but I think that there's so much magic that happens in the mundane. And I was reminded of that this morning on my walk because I went out for a walk and I stopped to smell the flowers. And there was a butterfly, just like an orange monarch floating around. As I say that, there's one right in front of me. They're following me today. It's pretty cool. I want to show and share more of these slow moments, these magical moments. I haven't fully found out the way to do that yet, but this feels like the start of it. Because not only did I see the butterfly, then I kept walking, and some gentleman in a car drove up and started complimenting me and asking for my number. And although I politely declined, it was still a moment of magic, right? It just depends on how you see it. And I forgot one thing, which was right when I walked out of here. I heard all this ruckus in the tree next in the house next to here. And I'm like, what is going on over there? And I look up and I'm like, are those green birds? And I'm like, are those fucking parrots? Fun fact, they have wild parrots in LA. I'm trying to think. I think the last time I saw wild parrots, I was in Spain. I'm like, where the fuck am I? I feel like I'm gonna need to make another video about what happened yesterday, but we'll save that for another video of just like this time last week, because I don't want to get sidetracked on the mundane, but this time last week I thought I was going to Thailand and I was gaslighting myself about the anxiety that was brewing in my chest. And granted, it was a full moon in Leo. And granted, I have 5 Leo placements. So, like, not shocked that my heart was what I thought was expanding. I was trying to convince myself and disguise anxiety as heart expansion. And now, yes, they're very similar in the body, right? Anxiety in the chest very much feels like heart expansion, depending on what state of being you are in. And it dawned on me 3 days in. I was like, holy shit, my heart is like beating out of my chest, like pounding. You would have thought I had 20 shots of espresso and about to have a heart attack. My heart doesn't beat like that anymore. In fact, when it does, it's a sign for me. And so, and as someone who's super in tune with their body, it was just like, whoa, we gotta like take a step back for a minute. And I realized that my body didn't want me to jump and go to Thailand. You know, I could have jumped with $100 in my bank account, but that isn't me. That's not this version of myself that I have become. And I'm so grateful for all that I have, and I'm so grateful for all the experiences I've had in the last week because I feel like every week I've been become a different person because I just continue to shed these layers, and I realized that I was running, right? And I'm really just wanting a stable environment that the mundane can unfold, right? Because not only did I see the green parrots and the gentleman and the butterfly, and then I saw a bunny rabbit, which is so fucking cool. And like never thought I would see that, you know? Um, so yeah, I am really ecstatic to be here and to have this time and space, even though this space has felt liminal in a way, because I know it's not forever. I know it's a temporary landing pad. I initially came up here because I thought I was flying to go to Thailand. And I do still feel like I'm flying. In fact, I've been seeing 831 as my number for flying. And I was convinced for the last week that it meant flying internationally. And I was writing some poetry this morning and I went back and looked and I have a signs log in my phone. And for whatever reason I clicked on it and I was like, "Oh, 831's just for flying. It's not flying internationally." Like, what? Where did that come from? And I was thinking back to my Costa Rica trip that I did 2 years ago. Um and like how much I've evolved even since that trip, right? Like that was a year into my nomad journey. And I was like just constantly looking for signs of where to go and what to do and just constantly running. And now I'm not running anymore. In fact, everything feels old. And I think that's the wild and crazy beautiful part is that something that felt so me for so long is feels so almost foreign now. And like I've realized over, with how much I've shed, but I just look at things that used to bother me and I'm like, those don't bother me the same way they used to anymore. In fact, this morning with the noise, I was like, man, okay, I'm acknowledging that I'm here. I'm acknowledging the discomfort, but the difference is that I'm not trying to fix it. Although my thoughts definitely went up to the sky and definitely changed my reality pretty quick, which was nice because everything quieted down. But that's the one thing I've been really learning over the last week and leaning into is the discomfort. It makes me emotional thinking about it because the discomfort has been real and it's been real for so long and I'm like, "Oh my god, it's just like it's kind of like when you're, you know, running a mile, we'll say, we'll use that as an example. And you have like that last, it's not even it's like a tenth of a mile. It's not even a quarter, it's like a tenth of a mile left. And you're like, I can see the fucking finish line. I can see where this ends. It looks just like a light, but it's there. There's so many butterflies around. It's wild. But that to appreciate where you are and be in the moment and to not run away from it and to not self-abandon. And that's been my biggest lesson is to not self-abandon. It's not cute. Fun fact. It's also not fun. And the more that I've come home to myself, the more that I sink into being here and being at my body, no matter what is going on outside, it's that I always belong here where I am. I belong in my body. I don't need to escape it. I don't need to numb it. I don't need to push it away. I just can be with the discomfort. And I know that several friends of mine that are nomads have been feeling this recently of just like the end of the year of the snake and the shedding. And yeah, we're in the last like final 2 weeks now. It's like, it's just wild to think. And it feels like things are shifting. I mean, today's been magical already. And that magic is what fuels me and keeps me going. But yeah, it's not about self abandoning anymore, which is what I did for years. Like this was like literally programmed so deep in my root chakra. This dawned on me yesterday. This was programmed so deep, and it's not just mine, it's my ancestors, it's everyone that came before me. It's where addiction comes from, it's where you lose yourself, it's where you get lost in others. It's yeah, it's just buried so fucking deep. And like now I'm not in that space anymore, or at least I'm coming out of it where I feel like I need to numb with drugs or alcohol. I don't feel that way anymore. I don't feel like I need to fix anything. I don't feel like I need to really change anything. I know that things are changing and I desire for change. And it's acknowledging that and being grateful for where I am, but not trying to force it or fix it and knowing that in the right and perfect time, everything will flow exactly to me. And that I don't have to work hard. I don't have to chase. I don't have to run. I don't have to really do anything other than be here and be me and be with the discomfort when it comes up and not try to push it away, but just simply be with it. And I think that's one of the hardest things about the end of the year of the snake is it's real and it's raw and it's healing and it's temporary. It's so temporary. And it's knowing that it's all temporary discomfort. It's impermanent. It won't last forever. And it's knowing and trusting in that and not getting It's just not getting lost in it. And that's where presence comes in. That's where being in the moment comes in. That's where, you know, just being here and now comes in. Because it does feel like things are about to take off. But it's not about self abandoning in the name of trying to be something or somewhere else. Y'all, this journey has been wild. So wild. There's so many things I wish I knew 3 years ago that I know now. But man, this last 3 years was an initiation if I've ever been through one. I know I'm not the only one, but I also know that there's not a lot of people that have been on the same path that I've been on. Actually, I don't think anyone has been on the path that I've been on, right? We all have our own paths for a reason, but this feels different. This feels like I have been paving something, a legacy perhaps. I don't know. That's not really the right word, but hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. This path just feels different, but even on this path, I still find people that can relate. I think that's the beauty of it all. I'm really glad that I'm done self abandoning. And I hope that if you are someone who has been running or chasing after something, I hope this reminds you to just breathe. Yeah, you don't have to chase. You can literally just attract everything that's meant for you. It's about coherence and alignment. It's not about forcing or pushing or trying to make things work. Because trust me, I did that for a long time. It was about just being with exactly what's in front of you, knowing it's all unfolding and happening exactly as it's meant to. And like the poetry that I wrote this morning is like, you'll wake up one day and look back and be like, holy shit. Ooh, that makes me emotional. I didn't realize how quickly things could change. I didn't realize how short that period actually would be. Because truthfully, anything can happen. Anything can change in 24 hours. Fuck, anything can change in 5 minutes. Time is non existent and also at the same time ever flowing. And time has felt really fucking weird lately. That's also how I know I'm getting to the end of something. This time has just felt so weird. I'm so grateful for it, you know? Still wild to think I've been on this journey for 3 years. I think I'll probably make another video about all the things I've learned, but yeah, I hope this inspires you to stop self abandoning and to just start fully trusting in the process and knowing that everything is happening exactly when it's meant to for you, always, even when it doesn't look or feel like it. I promise you it is. Mm. All right, fam. I love you so much. Thanks for being here for all the things. I'll see you on the next one.